Okay, so 5, 26, 27, and 28 for the next 3 days, we are going to be working on lesson 17, which is a summative project, which is your interactive card. This is like a test, ladies and gentlemen. It's kind of a big project. It will have a huge impact on your grade. I strongly recommend everybody make sure that they get it done. In your Google Classroom, I have added in the project guide and the rubric. Um, and on Friday, I will add in our gallery walk where you will take a screenshot of your project and add it to the gallery walk. We'll be doing that instead of the peer review. Couple of things I want to mention, ladies and gentlemen. The project guide and rubric will be available on the Google Classroom, but there's nothing really for you to do with it. It's just as information for you. Some people like to plan out by hand, and that's great. Some people just like to work in the computer. That's fine too. You do what works for you. But those documents are available to you in the Google Classroom. Okay. So let me. So what we are going to do is we are going to take a look at some interactive cards. So this is sort of an example. It says run the program a few times and answer the following questions. Which element appears to be using drawing commands? Which element appeared to be using sprites? For each sprite, which properties are being updated? Where do you see conditionals being used? What are the elements that you don't understand? Ladies and gentlemen, this project is going to encompass all of the stuff that we have learned over the last, I want to say, quarter, more or less. All right, so we're going to go ahead and run. Now, it says, move the mouse to shake your present. Keep shaking to see your surprise. So if I move my mouse, I can shake the present, and it says, oh, look at that. I got a bike and a doggy. Woo! All right, so obviously, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and reset run this. There's text elements here, right? Drawing commands obviously are, I'm guessing, the text. We have sprites, definitely the picture. I'm thinking this was just drawn. The dog is obviously a sprite. The bike is obviously a sprite. I have properties being updated. This is obviously a random motion that the dog has. The bike has a counter motion because it obviously appears to be a smooth motion. Conditionals being used. Well, again, if I run this, the present is only moving when I move my mouse. So that has to be a conditional. If I move the mouse, then the present shakes, else it doesn't move. And we know that that shake is a random number with a rotation. And are there any elements here that I don't understand? Well, I mean, personally for me, not really. But if you guys have any questions, please feel free to voice them. So this is a sample project, ladies and gentlemen. This is something similar to what you might be creating. Again, it's just going to be like an interactive greeting card. So it could be a birthday card. It could be a Mother's Day card. It could be a yay, it's the end of school year card. It doesn't matter. But again, it should make sense and it's going to have certain elements in it. All right, so to help you out, there are 3 interactive cards that they have as samples. A thank you card, a birthday card, and I don't know, just something kind of random that somebody created. And as you go through these, you can see the code that was used. If you press run, you can run the program. It says pick all the flowers by clicking on them. So again, I can pick the flowers and Shazam, something appears, right? So there doesn't seem to be any motion on this one. It's fine. The sprites are being updated. There is a change in the drawing. Definitely there's an if-else thing happening here, because obviously I did not see this until I picked all the flowers, right? Now, for those of you that maybe are not feeling 100% confident in your coding ability, maybe you like this one. Maybe you're going to use some of this code. So maybe you're going to copy and paste. Maybe you're going to write it down. Maybe you're going to do a remix on it. So again, there's nothing wrong with that per se, as long as you're hitting all of your elements that you actually need. Another example, if I can get there, my computer's running slow today. Again, this is the happy birthday card that we already took a look at. Again, you can see all the code behind it. All right, you can see my if statement. There's another if statement. That's fine, right? You see the text. You see a background. True, false on the visible. That's interesting. That's cool, actually. When I run it, again, stuff happening, and Shazamazam, there it is again. I can see the rotation. I can see the smooth rotation using the counter number. I can use I can see the random number being used for surprise number 2. Again, all my text is down here. And then the third one that they're using as an example, and again, I encourage you to look at this code and use it as a foundation. I'm not saying copy it. I'm saying use it as a foundation, because a lot of this stuff is pretty good. There's some missing elements, obviously. All right, it says, "Hi, welcome to my awesome life. Press the space bar to play my guitar." Okay, that's obnoxious and it's really loud in my ears. So this person used an audio file. So maybe you're like, hey, I want to include an audio file. You can use their form to sort of figure it out. And then it says press arrows to ride my bike. So I can go backwards on the bike. I can go forward. Oh, it's even got an audio file for that. So if that is something that you're interested in, if you think this one's kind of cool, and again, you'd have to put your own things, your own spin to it. This is a set of code which you can use as a foundation. I mean, there's kind of a lot going on here. We have an if statement. It's on inside the draw loop. We have a couple of if-else statements happening in here. Trying to figure out where they put the audio file. That was kind of interesting to me. Oh, there it is. Stop sound. Awesome. So they did actually upload some sound files. So that was kind of cool. All right. Waiting for my computer to actually work. All right, so those are the examples. That's bubble 3. Those are a couple of different examples. Again, use those as a guide. But when you get to bubble 4 on lesson 17, this is where you're going to actually start building your card. It's going to take you step by step. So first it asks you to lay out your background. Then it asks you to add your sprites. So as you go through this, it'll take you step by step through everything that you need to do for this project. User input. So this is where you're going to put your if else inside your draw loop, excuse me. Conditionals. And then final review. So again, to know exactly what needs to be in here, obviously check out the rubric. I still need to post that into your Google Classroom. And then once you are done, and this will be happening on Friday. You will take a shot of this and you will add it into our gallery walk like we have been doing with our projects. Again, ladies and gentlemen, today, tomorrow, Friday are going to be work days. This project is due Friday. One thing I do want to point out, bubble number 9 is a reflection. So it's just stuff that you sort of like, it's just questions about the class. It's basically a survey, and I would really enjoy it if most of you could do that. All right, cool. So